How's it going, everybody? My cup of tea here, back to another wrestling video, and today we're here to watch a Watch Mojo video. Yay, yay. Now, the video that we're going to be watching is called the top 20 most disturbing kids cartoon episodes ever, which I made a poll, I think a couple months ago, a community poll asking, hey, what do you think is the worst or the most traumatic cartoon episodes? I said the Teen Titans Haunted episode when Robin fought Slade in his mind, Courage the Cowardly Dog episode, the Return to Slab, Tom and Jerry, the last episode with the train scene, and then Mr. Meaty. And for me, the Mr. Meaty episode with the tapeworm, that scarred me as a kid. I was scarred for a week because I was like, man, I feel hungry. And even though I already ate food, I was like, I still feel hungry. I'm like, is there a tapeworm in me? Oh no. Oh gosh. And Mr. Meaty is already a disturbing episode. Like, this just to watch, a disturbing cartoon show to watch. But I'm curious to see what's going to be on this list, because from this thumbnail alone, I see the Return to Slap episode from Courage and the Haunted episode from Teen Titans. So I'm thinking what else could be on here. Maybe Misadventures of Flapjack? I don't know. Let's just watch this. Oh, Ben 10's gonna be on here. I know Ben 10 got some disturbing episodes. Alright, here we go.
Suddenly they heard something.
Avatar, yep. That face stealer, I forgot about her.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 most disturbing episodes of kids' cartoons.
There was a really strange case at the hospital today. Straight out of a nightmare.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most spine-tingling entries of shows aimed at children. What cartoon episode scarred you for life? Let us know if we missed it in the comments below. Number 20. Teeth for Two.
Hey, Cat Dog, I watched this a little bit. I don't know what this is.
The sound of a dentist's drill is enough to make anyone squirm in their seat.
Facts.
Really?
Facts.
Really? With plenty of drilling and grinding and excavation and scraping and...
But somehow, that's just the start of this uncomfortable episode of Cat Dog. Once the pets realize their personal dental habits affect the other's mouth, they begin a wince-inducing war to see who can ruin the other's teeth first.
I'm sorry for pausing. I just remember there's gonna be SpongeBob on here too when he got the splinter. Maybe that was just gross. But all right.
And one thing's for sure, they definitely don't hold back.
No, Doc. Not the aluminum foil!
Please, Doc. I don't want to see this.
The recurring imagery of their broken, decaying mouths makes this episode genuinely difficult to sit through.
Who made this episode? Who wrote
That's
this?
Not even mentioning the gruesome sound effects either. If anything, this episode will have you reaching for the TV remote.
I forgot about that.
Or, better yet, for your own toothbrush.
Well, boys, I'm afraid I'm going to have to take you down to the gums and do it.
I forgot about that when Cat
Number 19, Earthmover.
Okay, never watched Batman Beyond.
One Batman Beyond villain took a literal down-to-earth approach to villainy. The titular Earthmover wanted to get revenge against his enemies by burying them alive underground.
That's crazy.
He had to be
That's the way to go.
That's what we figured.
Being buried alive.
As if the episode's claustrophobic setting wasn't bad enough, the reveal that his true form was a decomposing corpse is just plain haunting.
Dang.
But the worst part of the story is that it's hard to label Earthmover as a cut-and-dry villain.
Not accident. Not accident.
He mainly wanted revenge for becoming a twisted version of his former self.
Tony?
You left me buried.
No, he's just angry at the people that
still isn't the most sympathetic villain ever. The fact that he's heavily implied to die by the end of the episode made this story even more disturbing.
Bang.
Number 8. Sleepless in Retroville.
Is that the evil pizza?
The Adventures of Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius.
I thought this was a funny episode.
In Jimmy's eyes, pillow fights and pizza are all part of a perfect sleepover.
Okay, one ultimate pizza coming up.
Great show. Go to show. Well, it's a great show. It's a great show. Some go-to moments in this.
Unfortunately, Carl's knack for messing things up turns those two into walking scary stories.
The Slumbertron must have combined the pizza and scary story programs to create a pizza monster!
I didn't think that was disturbing when I watched this as a kid. The stuff we just watched before, like they showed before, yeah, that's disturbing. This, I thought I was like, oh, evil pizza.
Sentient Italian food doesn't sound all that frightening at first, However, kids might disagree when they see the horrifying and formerly inanimate objects chase Jimmy and the others across the house. Not even Carl's hilarious songs can save this episode from feeling like a full-blown horror film.
Good morning to you.
I forgot.
Good morning to you. We're all in our places.
Thankfully, a twist revealed that it was all a nightmare. But in the end, it's safe to say that it's not just Jimmy who will have trouble getting back to bed.
Evil pillows.
Number 17, Jack
I
and the
didn't
Haunted
watch Jack the
House.
Haunted. I watched a little bit of
Jack.
Samurai Jack.
This legendary cartoon primarily told its story through action. This terrifying installment is no different.
A foolish samurai warrior wielding a magic sword stepped forth to oppose me.
In order to emphasize a scary house's uneasy atmosphere, this episode abruptly swaps between art styles and color palettes. When those choices were combined with an eerie lack of background music, every moment became absolutely spine-tingling.
Yeah, I can see why this would be disturbing.
The scary decisions led to the moment when a shadowy monster debuted. In the context of this frightening episode, the villain feels more menacing than the show's other one-off villains do.
Oh yeah, I can see that it's traumatizing some kids. Oh, definitely that part. Okay. The sound, the sound decision here.
Since it was capable of spooking the typically unshakable Jack, it was a guarantee that the viewers would get scared too. Number 16, Haunted Train.
What happened there?
Hey Arnold.
Hey Arnold.
Boarding this ride of an episode will give you an express ticket to having an intense fear of trains.
The train then enters the zone
I ain't scared of no train.
of darkness.
From the moments Grandpa Phil tells the story about a haunted caravan, it's painfully obvious where the episode is heading. But it still didn't make the scariest portion of the story any easier. Arnold, Gerald, and Helga all become trapped in a train seemingly bound for the underworld. The tense stakes aren't glossed over either.
We're all gonna die! We're all gonna die!
You're not helping this situation here, Helga.
Bone-chilling allusions to fire, brimstone, and everything in between. The
y'all going
trio
straight down there to hell.
manages to emerge from the train unscathed.
This train isn't haunted?
Haunted?
Oh,
no, not that story again.
Even though it's all okay in the end,
no,
it's still
not.
hard to watch these three young characters grapple
in the
with
background.
the thought of their own deaths. Number 15.
We'll never know.
The Boogeyman Cometh. The Real Ghostbusters.
There's a Ghostbusters show? I didn't know that. That was like always the movies. Huh.
Most kids share a deep, primal fear about the monster in their closet.
Well, sir, it's like this. It's the boogeyman.
What?
Yep. I was scared of
But
Boogeyman too as a
specific
kid.
case, it's not just a childhood
What is
nightmare.
that?
The
Kill that
animated
now!
Ghostbusters discovered that the boogeyman
is
is
that?
all too real. Additionally, he also has some downright terrifying ways of scaring his victims.
Oh, please tell me.
The way his massive head pops out of doorways is sure to haunt young audiences for generations.
Oh, nah.
Especially
Oh,
given
nah.
the creepy echo of his voice.
What have we here? A rather large toddler?
While busting ghosts
Nah,
is literally
I'm
in
good.
the show's
I'm
name,
turning that off.
this marked one of the few
I'm turning
instances
the
where
TV
the
off.
monster wasn't played off as a joke. The real Ghostbusters definitely let the frightening boogeyman live up to his
Well, my young kids, my young sisters and
reputation.
brothers.
Now do you believe us?
Looks like we owe all of you an apology.
Number 14, Angelica's Worse
Rugrats, eh?
Nightmare.
Oh, is that big
Rugrats.
toddler?
Ironically, it seems like Angelica's Worst
think I remember
Nightmare
this
is a
episode.
lot like everyone else's. After all, if a giant baby tried to eat us, we'd be scared too.
Yeah, I remember this, yeah.
The episode in question
That was
centers
just
around the
nasty.
spoiled Angelica becoming anxious after hearing she's getting a new sibling.
You see, sweetheart, Mommy and Daddy are, wait, the thing is...
Angelica, Mommy's gonna have another baby.
Her fears manifest themselves into a horrifying dream where her baby brother is presented as a horrifying monster.
That's right. I'm the new baby. I'm the new baby and you're the old baby.
Why is his voice so deep?
Straight right off the bat. There ain't room in this house for the both of us.
This is a mafia baby?
Watching him
I'm from the Bronx, see? I'm a New York baby now.
Is horrifying. To make matters worse, her dream parents neglect and ignore her fears.
Oh, that's ridiculous. You know babies can't talk.
Charlotte, you're right. It'll be perfect for the new baby.
Oh, by the way, we're moving the new baby into your room and giving him all your toys.
Dang.
The scenario Angelica dreamed up is so demented that we wouldn't be surprised if this episode inspired viewers to have nightmares too. Number 13. Collector.
I don't know what this is.
Powerpuff Girls.
I mean, I know the show, but I don't know what this episode
Blossom,
is.
Bubbles, and Buttercup save the day. It's no surprise they have a devoted fan base.
No, not to the devoted fan. Was he gonna be a stalker that's following them around? This is weird. That's weird right here.
This has got to be the most complete collection of Powerpuff paraphernalia on the planet.
But a loner named Lenny Baxter completely destroyed the line between fan and fanatic. After finishing his collection of Powerpuff Girl merchandise, he began, quote-unquote, collecting a lot more personal items.
Hello, lady. Let me be the first to introduce you to my collection permanently.
The sight of a grown stranger sneaking into the girls' rooms is enough to get anyone's skin crawling.
Get the
But
cops
Lenny's
here
obsession
now!
Gets even more disturbing when he tries to turn the trio into his own personal trophies. Fortunately, a group of less toxic fans rescued the heroes before they became permanent parts of the villain's collection.
But one thing you don't have, Lenny, is true fandom.
Number 12.
What?
It's a Wishful Life.
Timmy Turner? Fairly OddParents. It was a depressing episode or disturbing? I'm trying to think. I can't think of anything disturbing, like a disturbing episode.
The Fairly OddParents. When our bucktooth main character is berated for every good deed he's done that day, he decides to teach everyone a lesson by wishing he didn't exist.
Ah, okay, I do remember this,
You know what? I wish I was never born.
Timmy is then transported to an alternate timeline where it turns out everyone is better off without him. What's worse is that Jorgen tries to send him to what is conceptually similar to hell.
Goodbye, Timmy Turner.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
When Timmy is able to steal Jorgen's wand, he laments, wondering if everyone else's sadness is worth his existence. He decides it's not and accepts his fate.
But all I'll be doing is making everybody's life worse. I can't do that to Cosmo and Wanda, Mom and Dad.
It all turns out to be a test, but it's still a pretty
that
shocking
is quite messed
plot.
up.
Number 11. Same as It Never Was. Teenage Mutant
I watched
Ninja
a little bit of
Turtles.
this.
The 2003 series of TMNT has a couple of dark episodes throughout its run.
It
However,
looks like a dark
none of us
show.
expected our heroes in a half shell to die on screen. When Donatello is sent to the future, he discovers things took a turn for the worse in his absence.
You've been gone over 30 years, Donatello.
30 years? It can't be.
Splinter was killed. The brothers split up. Mikey lost an arm, and Shredder has taken over the world.
I might need to watch this show. Wait a minute. I didn't know
stop this horrible timeline from happening. The Turtles charge Shredder's HQ, dying off one by one.
All right, Donnie. We'll do it one more time. But please, tell me we have a fighting chance.
The saddest part is seeing Raphael crawling over to his estranged brother Leo to spend his final moments with him.
Oh my gosh.
Leo!
Dang,
it's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Dead Guys.
I didn't like that one. But oh man, kid shows back then, early 2000s, 90s. Yeah, they weren't playing around. It's a kid show, but nah, we're gonna put some adult things in here. People are gonna die.
Number 10. Are you happy now? SpongeBob SquarePants.
This is the whole...
Squidward has always gotten the short end of the stick,
Wish
but
bucket
no
list.
one expected the show to insinuate him ending it all. Squidward realizes that he doesn't have a happiest memory, prompting SpongeBob to try and create one for him.
Look, I don't need a happy memory, so just get back to your culinary grease factory and leave me alone.
Unfortunately, his efforts fail, sending Squidward into a deep depression, locking himself away for weeks. It's here we see one of the darkest images ever drawn in the series. Squidward
rope,
takes a rope and ties it up,
that is very
he's
dark.
Decided life isn't worth living.
I can't seem to get happy.
That's really dark. That is really dark.
Will help.
He brings up a
It may have been a bait and switch, but by the end of the episode, Squidward has a mental breakdown, leaving his depression unresolved.
Are you enjoying the hors d'oeuvres?
Just like...
At a certain point, his pain is no longer funny. Number...
Hey, Rocco. Yeah, when I was a kid, again, it's all when I was a kid, I didn't know that was a start. Oh, he got a rope. Okay. I didn't know the concept of like hanging. Like that's like a way to like, you know, a way to commit not alive. Now I know about the scene now, like later on in my life. I'm like, dang, that's actually really messed up right there. I can't believe they got away with that.
Number 9, To Heck and Back. Rocco's Modern Life. Even though it aired on Nickelodeon, Rocco's Modern Life likes to...
Oh, let's pause real quick. Nickelodeon be doing some wild things back then with those old shows. They had Ren and Stimpy on there and Rocco's Modern Life. They're basically adult shows, but on like the cartoon, I guess you can say, side, because they had Nick at Night. But I'm like, wow, they were wilding on Nickelodeon. Cartoon Network, you know, you just had some dark moments here and there. But Nickelodeon had adult shows basically on there, like adult themes. Very. It's not even a plot. They even show some stuff. Not really, but it's just wow. Well, Ren and Stimpy they did, but yeah.
Push what they could get past the censors. In this episode, Heifer finds himself choking to death after swallowing a chicken's ribcage. While Rocco tries to revive him, Heifer meets Peaches in what is quite obviously hell. Despite Heifer's food habits being played for laughs, the cartoon gets quite dark as Heifer is exposed to his various gluttonous sins and how he would be punished.
Now turn to channel 3.
Sure.
Okay, what's on
Where's
channel
the
3?
remote?
Oh no, you gotta get up.
Poor fool.
Still don't know where you are, do you?
Oh yeah.
There is no remote.
No!
It gets even scarier when Peaches starts appearing out of nowhere when he thinks he's safe. The cartoon likes to play with adult jokes from time to time, but the cartoon went a little far for a watershed time slot. Number 8, Failsafe.
I never watched Young Justice. I watched the Young Justice League, the kids ones. I didn't watch this one.
Failsafe is easily one of the most relentless.
Wait, no, I'm stupid. Yeah, I watched this. I watched Young Justice. Let me go back. Failsafe. What is this? I don't know. I know I watched this episode though.
Failsafe is easily one of the most relentless and horrific episodes of a kids' cartoon in recent memory. The episode kicks off with the death of the entire Justice League following an alien attack. To make matters worse, the team is forced to take the League's place and defend the Earth themselves.
The one thing the aliens cannot destroy is hope.
But after Artemis dies, the rest of the team is picked off one by one before suddenly finding out the whole scenario
that was a messed up
simulation.
That was a messed up simulation.
By Miss Martian's powerful psychic mind.
And that messed. Did I mess her up forever? I think no, not forever. I think that messed her up like later on in the show. Like she kept remembering that moment. I think I could be wrong there, but that was a messed up scene.
Leaving everyone devastated by these real emotions for a fake experience. We know that Young Justice was supposed to be mature, but not that mature.
What you experienced was a training exercise.
Number 7, Nightmare Hospital.
I don't know
Steven
nothing about
Universe.
this.
While Steven Universe's stories often take place in bright and colorful settings, this chapter steers the viewer right into utter nightmare territory. During the story, the hero has to go into a hospital at night.
Okay.
What was that?
Nighttime hospitals are scary. They're scary.
At the same time, mysterious enemies lie in wait within the shadows. A subdued color scheme and unsettling music makes the hospital uncomfortable long before any evil gems start rising.
He can't take a day off, can he? You!
When they do, they come in the form of some of the grisliest creature designs the show has ever seen. From the lighting to the music to the storyboarding, this entire episode is a masterclass in how to create a terrifying tone.
No, that's terrifying. No, I'm walking away from that.
But it might just do its job a little too well.
Chem experiments. This is what you've been doing? Training to fight these things?
Yep.
Number 6.
I think the Young Justice might be the most disturbing one we've seen so far. Just the thought of that.
Heavenly Puss.
Like, everyone dying in the first thing you see in the show.
The adventures of this cat and mouse duo is filled with endless violence. But the characters have only ever died a handful of times. Blue Cat Blues sees the two characters await a train to run them over after losing the girls of their dreams.
Yep. Can you hear the train come? I was gonna put this on here, but no, he picked this one instead.
Pulls no punches. After Tom and Jerry engage in a typical chase, Tom is crushed by a piano and ascends to heaven. But once he gets there, he is rejected for how he's treated Jerry.
Dang.
Within that time, you can obtain the signature of that little mouse on this certificate of forgiveness. You will be permitted to pass.
It's here we find Tom pleading with Jerry to forgive him before he gets sent to the red-hot place down below. Turns out it was all a bad dream, and Tom has never been happier to see Jerry.
No, I think Blue Cat Blues or whatever it was. I think that still should be the one he should have put on here. Because no, they were like, nah, this is it. This is no more episodes of this. We are depressed. We are getting hit by this train. We are not moving. We are heartbroken. We are not moving. And that was just a dream. So, nah, I'm going with the other one.
Number 5.
And here comes the Haunted.
Teen Titans.
He's not coming back, you know. That's all that's left of him.
Obsession can drive a person insane. And in Teen Titans,
he did come back.
Robin was that person. In this episode of the hit series, Robin ponders over Slade's defeat and wonders if he is truly gone. A question that begins to haunt him as he starts to see the villain everywhere he goes.
You're not real.
I'm very real. Could you have gotten all those bruises from someone who wasn't there?
Robin is driven mad by the hunt for Slade, who turns out to be nothing more than visions caused by a hallucinogenic chemical. The whole affair serves as a metaphor for paranoia and PTSD, which is what made this episode one of the darkest in the series.
I never seen Robin beg before, beg for his life, please Slade, no, as he was getting, I'm like, whoa. You got Robin begging for life? Whoa.
Sometimes I feel like I'm the only one still looking for him. The only one who can stop him.
Number 4. Fillet
I think number 1 might be Mr. Meaty. That's my pick. Mr. Meaty, number 1.
Dexter and Dee Dee have a real nasty habit of getting caught in messy situations.
What is this episode all about? I remember the fish, but I don't know what happens.
Look no further than the episode Sore Eyes.
What the heck?
Self-imposed laser eye surgery gives Dexter a terrifying lens on life. But Fillet of Soul still managed to be more unnerving than ocular horror. During this infamous story, Dexter and Dee Dee tried to give their goldfish a proper burial.
We'll give Fishy a decent burial in the garden tomorrow.
Unfortunately, their actions caused the pet to come back as a sinister ghost.
How?
And the fish isn't the only being to come back. The idea of your childhood pets coming back as strong spectral beasts is terrifying on its own. With an unsettling concept and a terrifying final jump scare, it doesn't take a genius like Dexter to figure out why this story is so scary.
Early morning is Daddy's special bathroom privacy time.
Okay, I can see that being disturbing. Yeah.
Number 3. The Puppet Master.
The face stiller.
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
What I'm about to show
or is it the Bloodbender?
I discovered in that wretched Fire Nation prison.
One of the most dangerous forms of bending in the world of Avatar: The Last Airbender is blood bending, the act of bending the water within a person's blood to control their movements. It was first introduced in The Puppet Master, which told the story of Hama, a former prisoner of the Fire Nation who escaped by developing this dark technique, which she continued to use to harm innocent civilians.
They threw me in prison to rot, along with my brothers and sisters. They deserve the same.
Desperate to stop Hama and save her friends, Katara is forced to use bloodbending herself, an act that leaves her in tears. With such a dark premise, a tragic villain, and a horrific technique, The Puppet Master was perhaps the darkest and creepiest episode of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah, it's between that and the Face Stealer, but that was more creepy than disturbing, I guess. Yeah, that was more creepy. This, yeah, no, you bloodbending, yeah.
Congratulations,
This takes it.
You're a bloodbender.
Ah, God, I want to be like this.
Number 2. Perfect. Courage, the Cowardly Dog.
It's not Return to
From
Slab?
Freaky Fred's debut
Disturbing.
to King
Ooh.
Ramses' Curse, the show has always found a way to
Interesting. They didn't go with King
terrify its
Ramses'
viewers
Curse.
in
Alright.
new, unique ways.
I respect it. I respect the pick.
This show always bordered on the scary, with plenty of episodes using chilling ideas to drive the comedic situations Courage gets himself into.
But the series finale haunted many children's dreams. During this episode, no matter how much he tries, he can't seem to do anything right.
I know what this is.
Just like you painted the chicken coop wrong. And you did a lousy job repairing the windmill.
His feelings of inadequacy manifests in the hallucination of a school teacher called the Perfectionist, who berates him throughout the story. It all comes to a head when Courage starts having bad dreams, where a CGI creature soothingly tells Courage, "You're not perfect."
You're not perfect.
Yeah, no. I'm like, what is this? I'm screaming right with you, Courage. I'm screaming right with you.
The sudden animation switch is weird enough, but this one, among many other moments, makes the entire episode nightmare fuel.
I feel like the King Ramses Curse is like the most memorable moment in Courage. That's why like some people say it's like the most disturbing moment in Courage episode or in Courage cartoon show. But there's a lot of other disturbing episodes, like the whole thing with the what was it, that cat? Basically, that cat was running away from her abusive boyfriend, and Courage got messed up. Wait, did Courage get beat up? He had like this weird knot on his head. There's a lot of dark episodes. Courage is probably the darkest cartoon show ever. Cartoon show ever.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Who the number one is? I think it's Mr. Meaty. It has to be Mr. Meaty. It has to be.
Videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure.
Unless they're gonna count the the RL, what was that book called? That whole book series. I can't remember. If they're counting that, then I guess. Maybe Are You Afraid of the Dark? That's not a cartoon show though. Mr. Meaty, I'm going Mr. Meaty. Final answer.
You go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Dark Harvest.
Oh, I forgot about Major Zim. Okay, that's fair. I mean, I wish Mr. Meaty was like maybe like an honorable mention, but I mean, I don't wish. It's a bad show. I forgot all about Invader Zim. Yep, this is number 1. I know what this is. I know exactly what this is. Oh, this was so disgusting too. It was disturbing and disgusting. It's Nickelodeon with these dark shows. I'm telling you, they be going way off the handle with these shows. Cartoon Network, they might have some adult jokes here and there. Nickelodeon back then, they were crazy with them. Like, okay, how'd you get away with this?
Invader Zim. This episode is, without a doubt, the most messed up thing ever to be aired on Nickelodeon. When Zim fears that his alien biology will reveal his origins, he attempts to make his body appear more human, and the episode quickly devolves into a full-blown horror movie.
Yeah, I agree.
As Zim harvests
this should be number 1
around the school.
This should be number 1, even over Mr. Meaty. This is number 1
everyday
for
objects
me.
Until his hunt finally ends and he steals Dib's lungs. Seriously, how did this one make it past the bigwigs at Nick?
I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about.
An alien harvesting human organs doesn't exactly make for great children's television, but it does make Dark Harvest our choice for the number 1 unexpectedly dark kids cartoon episode.
It isn't human! It's horrible!
Oh, but Zim is okay? Alright. Okay,
Check out
buddy.
these other clips from WatchMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.
Now, I feel like there were some shows like Ben 10. I'm surprised I wasn't on here because we watched the whole like Ben top 20 disturbing moments. And there was one where it's like a whole episode was basically a whole disturbing moment. There's like this one villain escaped prison and he was just doing like crazy crimes. Like that's the entire episode, just him committing crimes. It was bad. I remember correctly. Well, yeah, I'm surprised with the list pick. Okay. Oh, I'll probably watch Mojo. It brought up some memories that I thought I forgot about. It brought up some of them. But how'd you guys feel about that? Did you agree with some of the picks here? If not, then what was your most disturbing cartoon show ever as a kid that you watched? What was it? I'm trying to think. The whole Captain Planet one, that I think was the drug episode, that was pretty disturbing because I think one of the characters or one of the kids actually died in that show because he got addicted. I'm like, okay, whoa, all right, that's wild. Anything else? I think some other shows, maybe I can't think of anything else right now. But nah, I like that. You know, if you guys have any Watch Mojo suggestions, like videos we should watch, that'd be interesting. I'm down for it. Cartoon shows, anime, movies. I'm not really a movie watcher, but if it's like something interesting, I can watch it. I can figure it out. We can figure it out, I believe. It should be a good list. But that's gonna do it for this video. Hope you enjoyed my reaction. Hope you enjoyed the video. Again, I forgot all about Invader Zim. That's also a very dark episode. It might be... Is that darker than Courage? I'll make that a poll. But hope you enjoyed my reaction, and thank you for watching. MyCupOfTea is out of here. Goodbye, everybody. Man, I keep forgetting that Invader Zim, they be crazy there. How did it pass? How did some of these shows, like these episodes, pass the idea like, hey, you know what? That's good. You can put that on there. Why not? And Ren and Stimpy always, like, it baffles me. I'm surprised that wasn't on here. That surprised me every single time. Ren and Stimpy, some of these shows, like, some of these episodes, I'm like, how are you getting away with this, Ren and Stimpy? I don't understand. Oh, Nickelodeon, no less. How are you doing this? How are you doing this? It's a no man's land over here.